What do you do when somebody gives you a pumpkin? So Estelle was gifted one by a chef who grew it on this biodynamic farm upstate, and I had to figure out what to do with it. Now there's a little question that this thing is going to be delicious, but what's the best way to make a meal out of it? Here's my plan. I'm going to roast it, and then I'm going to eat it with a pumpkin seed mole and some corn tortillas. Yeah, that's right, pumpkin tacos. Roasting a pumpkin is no different than roasting any other squash. Scoop, slice, peel, oil, salt, roast. These just need 30 minutes and a 350 oven to get tender, dark, and savory sweet. Okay, let's make mole. Get coconut oil hot over a medium flame and bloom the spices. Cinnamon, clove, and cumin. Then I add the aromatics. 2 crushed garlic cloves. Next are the chilies. I snip off their stems with a pair of scissors and cut them into strips right over the saucepan. Straight after goes the sesame and pumpkin seeds. I'll let that fry for like 5 to 7 minutes until things start to smell toasty before adding a couple of cups of water. That comes up to a simmer and I add in the herbs, dried oregano. I grab a pan, get it hot, add some coconut oil, and throw in the raisins for like 5 minutes. They'll start to puff up with the heat and they'll absorb some of that fat. Then I add the whole thing into the saucepan with the rest of the simmering ingredients. By the way, if you're looking for quantities and specifics, I always write out a full recipe and add it down in the description. While you're there, feel free to tap the like button, hit subscribe, or even just drop me a line in the comments. Honestly, these videos are a ton of work, and I'm always super grateful when I get that little ping of positive reinforcement from y'all. Thank you, friends. Back to the mole. I let this simmer over a low flame for an hour or so. When time's up, the whole thing goes straight into the blender and gets blitzed on max speed until smooth. When it's the right consistency, I'll add some salt to season, and we're good. As for the tortillas, masa harina, salt, boiling water, stir, ball, press, cook. Steam. To plate the pumpkin, I'll ladle a big spoonful of mole on the base of the plate and place as many pumpkin wedges as will fit. I'll dribble on a little bit more of the mole on top and then finish with some toasted pepitas for a crunch and a little smoked flake salt. The funny thing is, this really doesn't have to be a taco. It's just that everything can be a taco, you know? Sometimes you just want a hot pile of fresh made tortillas with a good meal and tacos just happen. To make this into a taco, I got one secret ingredient up my sleeve, and it's hot sauce. Something like Tabasco would work great here, but my favorite hot sauce is this one made with vinegar and audible chilies. It plays really nicely with the couple of audibles used in the mole, and the acid in the vinegar lifts this rich mole just the right amount. It's the perfect fall taco. The sweetness is all background and playing with the savory, nutty qualities of the seeds and those deeply flavorful chilies. This was so good. I've got no idea what varietal of pumpkin this was, but it was probably the tastiest one I've ever eaten, no lie. Pumpkins aren't just for pie and jack-o'-lanterns. I want to eat pumpkin tacos every year. That's it for me this time. Thank you so much for coming, and I'm going to see you next time. Bye now.